The Woman in the Yard is a supernatural horror psychological thriller film directed by Jaime Collet Serra. Now, he has been around the block. He does a lot of thrillers. He's done films such as the House of Wax remake, The Shallows. He's worked with Liam Neeson on several films. I enjoyed Unknown and Nonstop. Haven't seen The Commuter. He also did a couple films with Dwayne Johnson. He did Jungle Cruise and Black Adam, and most recently Carry On, the Netflix hit. I didn't watch that film, I forgot. This movie is about Ramona. She is a widowed mother who can barely get out of bed. She's got a leg injury that keeps her sort of down, but she also has grief and depression weighing her down. And she lives in a farmhouse with her two kids. There's the older teenage boy named Tay, and then there's Annie, the younger girl. And she's sort of neglecting her kids. It's an awkward situation. She's not paying the bills or getting groceries or doing the basic adult things that they need to do to survive on their little farm. And there's a little bit of tension with the children too. However, all of this is exacerbated by a strange woman in their yard. There's a woman sitting on this chair. She's wearing like a full-on veil, and she's just sitting there. It's very unnerving. That's the sort of concept of this movie. And obviously that's not going to be enough to fill in 90 minutes, so there's obviously other stuff going on. But this film, it's okay. Honestly, I was entertained for most of the film. The movie is made up of a cast of generally unknown, lesser-known actors and actresses. I felt the daughter was the weakest, but she's also supposed to be scared for the whole film, so I don't really fault the little girl actress for that. But the unnerving presence of the woman builds up a lot of tension, and Serra, he has a good eye for making the movie look more like interesting than it should be, because it all takes place in one location at like a farmhouse, but he finds some creepy angles and some zoom-ins and some enough ways to move the camera around to keep things from being stale visual-wise. And the woman keeps getting closer as they're sort of stuck there. There's a series of events that won't allow them to call or drive away or walk away. And as they sort of point all things to a final twist. And when you get to the whole, explanation for the woman, it's not as exciting as you think it would be. There was another movie very similar in terms of plot and theme. Halle Berry starred in it. It was called Never Let Go from 2024. That one was a really good film, and I liked that one. I thought that one was more effective than this film. This film got a little too vague in the third act, and definitely had some creepy moments and some thrills and suspense, but overall kind of felt like it didn't want to commit to any specific ending. I could also come up with so many different alternate stories that would have been, or plot lines that would have been more interesting than what we get. It's another grief horror movie that plays a little bit too safe. So even though I like the acting and the direction, the story is a little bit pedestrian. The music's pretty good, and overall enjoyable, one and done. Wouldn't watch it again. I give The Woman in the Yard a 6 out of 10.